Hey guys, it's your host, Alanna, here to spill the tea. And welcome back to the Sassy and Classy podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get into it. Welcome back to the Sassy and Classy podcast with your host, Alanna. Who else? Today we got one of my day ones, Justin.
I don't know if I should introduce myself or this is just let it happen. That was a really good introduction, by the way, so I'm going to let her rock with that one.
I was thinking when I was saying Justin, you know that Justin Bieber song?
Yeah.
Justin.
Oh, it's Justin. Yeah.
Show you up.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
stop,
yeah, wait.
Stop.
All right, I'll stop. Nah, that just came up to my head.
It was probably one of the biggest things for me, like just growing up with the whole JB era too. Is like every single time somebody would say like Justin Bieber, they'd be like Justin. I'm like, no, stop.
That is not me. That is not me at all. How are you doing?
Dandy.
Dandy?
Yeah, we're doing well, honestly.
Yeah.
Been a lot of stuff going on in my life lately, but
we're gonna get into that.
Okay,
we're totally gonna get into that because
sure.
I've known you for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
but like I still don't know certain things about you that like say I'm probably gonna learn about. I forgot to ask though. I'll cut this. Do you not want to talk about anything specific?
No, I don't care.
All right, word. Say that.
We do not care.
Well, let's get into it because I always like to talk about when I have someone on this podcast that grew up in the same town as me, which you did. I always like to ask them like what are their favorite and least favorite parts of growing up here, because I think everyone has sort of the same grasp on this town.
Yeah, I think so.
But I just want to know your favorite and least favorite thing of growing up here.
Now that's a great question. I gotta say, my least favorite thing of when I first moved to Fairfield was probably, and don't take this in the wrong way, but just like being like the only black person around at the time. Like, not to make it a whole race thing, but it was just like it made me feel when I came from Norwalk.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So me and Jared came from Norwalk. We moved here. I think it was like 2013 or something like that, but I don't know the year. I don't remember the No. 2007.
Okay, I was gonna say,
No, yeah,
because we were in middle school together at that time.
No, like I'm saying, I was like, wait a minute, no, because my years could be so off. But I think me and my brother, we moved here like 2007 from Norwalk, and like in our school over there. Well, funny story. Me and Jared actually went to different schools when we were in Norwalk. So
really?
He went to the school called Brookside, and I went to the school called Columbus Magnet School.
Which is elementary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, in my school, I had so many friends, black friends that looked like me, and then kind of making the transition over here, it was like everybody looked at me like, oh, look at this new specimen. Like, no, let me stop. But it was funny because, I mean, everyone just kind of saw me as like the talk of the town at the time, not to toot my own horn or anything
Yeah.
like that, but
I mean, to your own horn, who cares?
it was literally just like, such a culture shock at the time. But like literally the elementary school right down the street from us, McKinley, had like where all my main friends actually did go to, like Marcel, Rashad, Antonio, all those guys. So that's when I got kind of more inducted with them. And that, I mean, I wouldn't say that played a part in definitely being the least favorite part of me growing up here, but I think overall what I don't like about Fairfield is just like everyone kind of lives in like their own bubble. Like there's not like there's no unison between people, like relatable or not. Like everyone kind of has like their own bubble. Like the center of the world revolves around them.
No, literally.
And so I saw that and I was just like, I'm not like that at all. So when high school came around and I started to kind of getting inducted with like different friend groups, people like that, I started to notice like the clique aspect starting to come in. I was just like, this is so like surreal. Like this is like High School Musical, but like in real life.
But in real life, yep.
So after seeing all of that stuff, I was just like, yeah, no, I definitely want to start branching out, getting more friends, just learning more about new people. Because that's always what I've just been about. It's just like, I always like to go into like the unknown of situations. So that was like my
Love
big
that.
thing. And I mean, that's definitely was another part that played into not having the best time growing up in Fairfield, because people would look at that as like, oh, you don't want to be friends with me, you want to be friends with this other person, and like they wouldn't really accept you. But to me, I was just like, hey, I'm just trying to be friends with everybody.
No, literally. And it honestly, because we went to 2 different high schools.
Yeah.
The rivalries. Rivalry. I can never say that word.
Rivalries.
But pretty much the same thing at Ludlow, just different high school, pretty much. But cliques were out the ass, like quite literally. Do you think you were popular in high school?
So I'll put it in a better way. So
Yeah.
I don't like to say popularity was like a big thing of mine. It was more of just like how well known I could be to other people, like how well people can know me. And essentially, like, I would just love to go around and talk to everybody and be friends with everyone. So I guess in a sense that made me like well known to a lot of people, not just within Ward, but also like
outside of Ward,
Ludlow,
Prep,
Stratford kids, like St. Joe's, Stratford High, Trumbull. Like I was friends with like majority of everyone. When my senior year came along, senior year, like I was basically becoming friends with so many people. But that wasn't just through like friends of friends or connections, like just playing rugby.
I was gonna say sports.
Exactly. Sports played a huge part in that, just because I had friends also out in Monroe that would play on our team. Shout out Eric. But
shout out.
But yeah, no, it was just like getting to know more people was just like a big part of like who I was, like, because I never really wanted to be so stagnant in one place.
100%.
Like, I just felt like if you met new people, you get new experiences and you just learn new things from them. So
100%.
That's what's always fun about it.
So would you say that that's part of your favorite part of growing up here?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
So the ability to like meet new people, I guess, and like the ability to like, we're like close to different towns, and like the schools aren't so far away from each other either. Plus like the sports here are like really good. So just the ability to do that. I mean, all right, I'm a girl.
Football's all right.
So, true.
Football's not that good, but
football actually sucks here, which sucks because that's my favorite sport.
Really now?
Oh, I love football.
I never would have thought of you taking to be a football girl. That's kind of crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Wow. I'm like a football girl through and through. Like, if my child... Okay, let me step back. I hope to have a son that is a freaking quarterback. That is like my dream.
A freaking quarterback.
A freaking quarterback.
The leaders.
Leader.
Okay. See, the
thing,
but
yeah, go ahead.
I got a surprise, like, I think it was earlier this week too, of one of my friends telling me how like much knowledge he actually had in football as well. And I said to him the same thing I'm saying to you. I'm just like, I did not know that you were so much into football like that. He was like, yeah, honestly, I just shock a lot of people with the knowledge that I know. I'm just like, yeah.
Wait, who is this?
Darren, but
yeah. Okay.
That's why I was thinking about. I was just like, this is crazy. Like,
I never would think that either. Honestly,
right? And when he started telling me, because he started hitting me up about like most recent things I've been having with the Giants, because he just knows that I'm just so into football, especially with my favorite teams, Giants.
I was gonna say your team's
Florida Gators, things like that. So he was talking to me about the Giants, and I was just like, wow, I did not know you knew so much about football. He's like, yeah, I kind of surprise a lot of people that way too. I'm like, okay, there we go.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Literally. Okay, love that. I want to pivot.
Okay.
Now.
I like pivoting.
Okay, I love pivoting. I like my ADD is crazy. So I don't know where I want to start with this, because I guess since you're a personal trainer now, you got certified what year?
I got certified, it's been almost 4 years now, so I want to say 2019, 2020. Yeah, like somewhere in the midst of there, I got certified, just because, I mean, if you want to know the backstory.
Please tell me the backstory. Tell me the backstory. Please tell me the backstory.
Oh my gosh.
I need the tea.
I mean, every single time I'm telling this story to my clients especially, it always turns into like a whole laughing stock. So
here we go.
When I first started working out, it was because of a really bad breakup. And essentially those could be huge precursors into making sure you get like a revenge body, doing that, like you've heard these concepts, like revenge body, like just going out, like doing your thing and like making you look good for
I mean yourself or people,
the extrinsic values, I should say. And so when I had finally gotten this quote unquote revenge body, I was more or less just like, okay, like now that I have this, what do I do now? But then I started to kind of reflect a little bit on that whole process I have gone through to like basically get the body I really wanted to have, and like all the obstacles and all the good confidence and good feelings that you get from extrinsic values, but also the fact that it was just so much fun to like actually working towards like a goal. That's what made me, I was just like, dang, like I kind of want to do this with other people. Like I want other people to experience like what I was experiencing through like this whole journey that I was overcoming obstacles, pushing myself in the gym, and essentially like making myself show up, especially when I didn't want to.
Yep.
So I was just like, let me try to do this for other people now. And like I just didn't know, I was so nervous trying to go about like how like getting started on that route. But like I have a whole bunch of people to like really thank just for helping me like build that confidence and really make sure that I was getting my way into that training world that I really wanted to like show people how it felt to be, you know, just self-empowering. Yeah. So when I had finally overcame the confidence or overcame the fear of like wanting to become a trainer, I was like, this is great. Like, let me go out and just start really honing in on the NASM and getting prestigious accolades and just trying to make sure that I made my life more into something in that training realm. So when I think it was one random day I was working front desk at the Edge. And by the way, I did work at the Fairfield Edge for a couple of years. So if you guys see me, don't say hi.
You're never even there often anyway. I want to talk about that, but we don't have to.
We will get back.
Can we? Okay.
We'll get into that for sure.
Okay.
Let me finish the story. So,
yes.
Going into becoming a trainer, it was one random day where I had finished my workout. One of my fitness managers came up to me and they were just like, dude, like, how come you don't want to become a trainer here? Like, you train so well. People are always talking to you. You're always giving people pointers on like how to fix their form and things like that. Like, it literally screamed trainer. Like, just do it. Yep. And I was just like, all right, you know what? Why not? I'll do it. But I guess the more tough aspects of becoming a trainer is always going through like the cognitive portions of like getting your certification. Right. So the schooling, you know, forcing yourself to sit at home during the late nights and just kind of making sure you're studying properly, getting the test done. I'm not going to lie. It took me about 2 to 3 tries to get my NASM done. It did. Like, it took me a really long time. I probably want to say it took me like 6 to 8 months to get that certification done. Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's typically between, like, they say 6 months, but, like, it took, like, 8 months for me where I really needed to make sure, like, I was getting everything right. But
so you're saying you took the test more than once, or it just, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
It's a tough test. I mean, because, like, there's anatomy that goes into it, knowing what relative positions of the human body are, and just a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of shit. But it was well worth it in the end because when you learned all this basic stuff and you kind of went out into the real world, all that stuff you learned within the school, it's not going to be applicable out there. Well,
how many times have I heard that from people?
Probably a lot.
So many.
Probably a lot. But it gives you the confidence to be like, oh, I know what I'm talking about, but, you know, you got to get that, like,
hand-on experience.
Exactly. Yeah. Hands-on people experience. Like, it's a completely different world when you're actually kind of training. Yeah. But that's just what comes with the environment, you know, because once you're smart enough to know what you're talking about, it's just how well do you work with people? Right. That's the biggest thing. So when I first started training, I thought everything was going to be like just book smart. But then I started really learning that, like, okay, no, it's more about like, how can I give a solution to this person's goals or to this person's problems? Like, right. And that's where the approach started to change a little bit for me, where I was just like, okay, I'm more of a people person anyways. So I know how to kind of tailor this to, you know, helping people out more essentially. And from there on out, it kind of just started taking off. But I feel like I just gone on a complete tangent right now.
I told you to give me the backstory, so here we are.
Was that enough of a backstory?
I think so. Okay. I wanted to ask you about the Fairfield Edge for a second.
Oh, let's do it.
Are you down?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do I form this question? I guess when you were working there, I mean, what happened that you're not working there anymore?
Oh. So, I mean, I don't
We don't have to talk about it.
You know, it's been years since that happened. So
Yeah.
I got let go by the Edge because there was some instance where some random name had shown up in my schedule. Had no idea who it was, never had a consult with him or anything like that. And essentially, like, he never showed up to these quote-unquote sessions. So every single time when you're logging sessions and stuff like that, I typically just clicked cancel charge.
Gotcha.
Because he wasn't there.
Gotcha.
So knowing me, like, that's the typical protocol you would go through.
It actually charged him, and he didn't show up.
I mean, it charges him automatically. That's the thing. But I would always say no show, cancel charge type of thing.
Gotcha.
So when I think it was like a month or two down the line of doing this, and they pulled me, like, it was some random day. They pulled me in April of, I don't even know, sometime in April of 2023. No, 2022.
I was gonna say, damn.
2022, and they pulled me aside and they were just like, hey, like, who's this person that, you've just been cancel charging the entire time? I'm like, I don't know. He just showed up randomly in my schedule and I had no idea if he was coming in or not. So I would basically just say, guy didn't show up. I'm going to get paid for it. That's it.
Right.
So they were just like, yeah, so he actually called in, blah, 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 saying, I never signed up for these sessions. I never did this. I never did that. And I'm just like, okay, like, I never put him in my schedule. So
right.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. And so they basically had just let me go because they had to reimburse this guy like over $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the end of the day,
it was meant to happen for a reason, because now
I actually have a better job.
Yeah.
And I'm having a lot more fun.
And you're having a lot more fun doing it.
Exactly.
I wanted to say, you're working with like kids and stuff, which is probably dope. Like kids that do sports, right? Or who are like your clients now?
So my clientele right now, it consists a lot of different people from what I had from the Edge. At the Edge, I had a lot of Gen Pop. So a lot of people who are just your general people, like people who aren't really that physically active, more sedentary, or they have like their office jobs where they don't really think about working out too much, and they're looking to...
They need help.
Exactly. They need help on like guidance on like where to start, where to go. Now my clientele is more of just athletes, high school athletes, collegiate athletes, people, and a little bit of Gen Pop, but like kids who are looking to kind of like get faster, stronger, make a specific team, build on their endurance, whatever the case may be. So like it was definitely like a huge 180 from what I was doing at the Edge to what I'm doing now.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, those clients, like, I have no complaints with them just because they're active, like they know what they have to do. There's not anything that kind of hinders them. When you're working more with Gen Pop, like you got to make sure there's no contradictions. So like any type of hip injuries, back injuries, if they have any medications that they follow, it goes down the whole line of just like kind of making sure that they're healthy enough to start working out.
Right.
And then we get them to that point where it kind of starts to progress more into more advanced workouts and things like that.
Right.
But right now it's like when I'm working with the kids, there's no limit. There's
That's
no
kind of
limit to what
dope.
they can
I mean,
do.
like you're kind of like honed in on that type of demographic, I guess, now, right?
Yeah. I mean, because that's
go
mainly what the gym just offers.
Right.
If I had to choose between the two, I'm not gonna. I do like to work with a lot of general population people, just because I like to have conversations with people, and if you know me, I like to over-explain a lot.
Welcome to my life.
With exercises. So like I'm always telling you as to, why this movement's good, or why you should kind of open your feet wider while you're doing a squat, or like push your knees out and things like that. So
yeah, but that's good. You should. I feel like you should do that. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But sometimes these kids will be looking at me like, dude, like,
I already know.
Yeah, I already
know,
like,
bro. The brain rot shit.
Yeah. But
yeah,
like it definitely, it's funny. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely like a funny transition. But I have no complaints. I like it.
What's one thing that you've learned from there that you haven't, like, since you started working at KMK? What's like one thing you've learned from there that you think you didn't at other gyms that you worked at? It could be anything.
No, yeah. I definitely learned like better programming techniques over there. So with the Edge, they had kind of like their own library of workouts that they would follow. And I liked some of the workouts, especially because when you're programming for certain people, like you could just go through the library, click a program or click a workout that you'd want to give to your client that would kind of tailor to their goals. And you can kind of switch around what you would do. But I wanted to use like more of my skills a little bit to apply what I knew into those workouts. So KMK is like they didn't have a library full of workouts that you could just select from. More or less, you need to create like good workouts, and especially we don't have like that much resistance equipment.
Right.
So a lot of your workouts are like free weights, body weights, like making sure that you're doing specific movements that are going to help you out. So that takes like a good amount of skill to know like how well the body moves.
Right.
Just because you don't want to put somebody in a dangerous situation and get them hurt or somehow. You know?
Yeah.
Client safety is number one.
Number one.
That's my biggest thing is like I always want to make sure I'm keeping my clients safe, and that in turn, and I've seen it happen before. It can, and I've self-evaluated myself on this as well. When you're being too safe about certain things, like you don't tend to push your clients as much as they can push themselves. So I have been a victim to that at times, just because. You know, clients have told me, it's like, hey, like, do you think we could bump up the weight just a little bit? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And like, that's when I know I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm just being a little bit too
cautious.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I think I feel like I just need to have a little bit more trust within my clients because I don't want to get sued. That's
you don't want to get sued.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to pay no fine, guys.
No, fact. No one wants that shit, dude. All right, let's pivot.
Another pivot.
I
like it.
I'm not in the best mood today, so I apologize.
No, Lonnie. No.
We can talk about that after. He's like, no, actually, let's restart.
No, I need you in a good mood right now.
No, I am in a good mood. Just
okay.
A lot of shit happened like the other day. I'm just like still.
God bless your soul.
God bless. You want to talk about that too?
I could talk about religion all day.
Okay, I was going to say. All right, so let's get to Just Visions.
Okay.
I just followed your account today. I was like, why am I not following this right now? So you, on top of being a personal trainer, that would you say that's like your main job right now?
I would definitely say it's one of my main hobbies I got going on.
Hobbies.
Yeah. So
okay.
I like to kind of split it up into like a triangle in a sense. So I like being multifaceted. Yeah. So, you know, I like to have like my different avenues of like where I put my attention towards. And I want to make sure that like I'm kind of living every aspect of life that has to offer, you know. So like personal training side, I love to work out, doing my good stuff. The filming side, you know, I like to go over lifestyle stuff, obviously nightlife, and then, you know, being the main guy for WeHeartRnB.
Right.
That's, you know, it has its perks and its benefits too. But you know, I definitely would say videography is like my main hobby right now, besides for trying to become the firefighter though.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Oh, fuck. How is that going?
Honestly, is
that your overall goal right now? Is to become a wow,
firefighter for sure? Yeah.
Damn, firefighter by day,
filmer by
we
night.
are R&B by night.
Exactly.
Dude, that schedule's gonna be crazy.
I mean, the good thing about it is like when you're doing all of the prep work or like the beginning work for becoming a firefighter, it's like, so the obstacles I'm going over right now is like becoming an EMT first.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going through medical school, and then I'm trying to really I'm in the testing portion right now where I need to go over the test. So I need to take a practical and then the NREMT, which is like the National Registry exam.
Okay, gotcha. So wait, so is that like a school?
It can be. So
okay.
They have courses for like a month, 3 months, or 6
gotcha.
months. Most people who take the 6-month course have a pretty high percentage of passing because it's not crammed into 1 month. But I took the 1 month course, and I feel like I'm still like learning a lot from that course by myself too. So nice. I'm in the period right now where like I'm scheduling out for my test, and then I'm studying a lot for doing NREMT. So
wow. And
then I have practicals to do after I finish the test. So
boy,
it's a lot. Definitely a lot.
Do you want to be a Fairfield firefighter?
At first, that's a great question too. At first, I was definitely pretty stuck in with Fairfield. Like I was just like, I want to do this. Like I'm
my
pretty
town.
I'm pretty close with the assistant chief. I worked at the Edge for 3.5 years, so you know, I know a lot of the people in Fairfield. If I was to, you know, pull up in the fire truck and be like, yo, what? No, let me stop.
Yo, you need some help? I got you.
Yo, you need help out of that tree? No. Okay. Anyways.
All right. Anyways, hopefully you're not gonna find anybody in a fucking tree.
It's mainly like saving cats out of trees.
I was gonna say cats. Yeah, okay.
Cats or dogs or something. Well, I don't think a dog's gonna be in a tree. Anyways, guys, let me stop going on a tangent. Yeah, so just knowing a lot of people within Fairfield, being at the Edge for so long, I feel like it'd be a great transition of just being a Fairfield firefighter, because like I'm already comfortable with the community, comfortable with like the layout of what the town is, and I know like every part of Fairfield just being here for the past 15 years. So
literally,
I mean, yeah, that definitely would be like an asset to Fairfield itself. But for me, I'm not picky where I choose.
Yeah, wherever you go,
as long as I get into the department, because the rate to actually get accepted into fire department, it's like 1 in every 1,000 applicants or something like that. You're
lying.
Yeah, no, it's tough. So like you want to make sure that you're doing everything right to make yourself stand out the best.
Do they put you through a polygraph test?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's only for the police force, yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
1 in 1,000?
Yeah.
Well,
it's nuts.
I mean, I'm sure you'll get into the Fairfield one.
I'm hoping so. Just because it's
We're
like
manifesting it right now.
It's mainly about like who you know, and so just I do have some good connections within Fairfield, and just me actually getting started with the process. I just went cold turkey into like the fire department actually right down the street from your house. Just walked right in. I was just like, hey, like, what do I need to do to become a firefighter?
Aw.
And it was like the guy was so like shocked, but he was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, fit guy that wants to come and become a firefighter. Like, no worries.
Young lad.
Young laddie over
good looking
here.
lad.
Exactly. And so, you know, he gave me all the information. And then once I had told my mom about it, she was just like, oh, like one of my clients is actually the chief.
Of course.
And I'm just like, wow, like that couldn't have gone any better. So when I started talking with him, he just put me down all the right routes, what to accomplish. Like I have a whole list of this stuff in my room where I'm just like checking off everything.
That's amazing.
So part I'm stuck at right now is just getting the EMT done. Once I get the EMT done, you do a physical ability test.
Right.
And then you go into and then you just start applying. I'm trying to think right now.
You go into whatever process.
My mind is just blanking at the moment. But yeah,
it's
so you start, after you finish up those two important things, then you start applying for departments, and then whoever accepts you, you take a cognitive exam for them.
Right.
And then if you pass that and get into the department, then you're sent off to like a 12-week academy to start.
That's kind of sick. Where is that at? Is it somewhere warm?
No, they have a place
like down the street.
No, they have a place in Connecticut. I think it was Torrington.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I think it's Torrington, but it's like a whole militarized academy. Like you're sleeping over there. You're
12 weeks is crazy.
3 months.
That's like that's like a boot camp in military. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, it is. And that's the thing. So you go through all of that. They get certifications while you're in the academy, and then once you finally have the job, it's like you're on for a full 2 days, and then you have like 5 days to do whatever afterwards.
Right. So you like sleep in the fire station.
Yeah.
That's why they have like beds and shit. That's crazy. The other day I was driving by the fire station because obviously I live right down the street, and I see these like 2 young kids like crawling on the concrete in like fat weighted backpacks and like their whole suit, and I hear the other guy go, come on, and I was like, what the actual F? Like
that sounds like
concrete?
It's hazing.
Really? Yeah. I don't know. I just explained what I saw.
No, I don't think it was hazing. I'm pretty sure it was probably just like when you're in college, you got like the upperclassmen, the lowerclassmen.
Oh, hazing?
Not like that kind of hazing, but more or less just like, they're
testing
like testing your abilities,
testing your mental state,
or just
mental strength,
messing around with you a little bit.
Fucking with you.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Hope that's not something I need to do, but
probably not. Who knows?
Let's pray.
That's amazing, though. I'm really proud of you for doing that.
Thank
because
you.
That's literally helping the community, and that's amazing. Not a lot of people want to do that or go through any of that.
I've literally always just felt like it's been part of my spectrum of life to just help people out.
Yeah.
Like that's literally everything that kind of drives me to keep going all the time. Is just making sure I'm helping somebody out in some way.
I feel you on that. Are you the friend out of your friend group that people go to when they like need advice?
No,
not
at all. I'm
all.
probably the worst person at giving advice. The thing is, it's not like it's bad advice, but I'm just so truthful when I talk to people. Like,
oh yeah,
like I don't want you to think that I'm trying to intentionally hurt you in any way, but like sometimes it'll come off like really good and empowering, or sometimes it's going to come off very harsh and you're not going to want to hear it. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm just going to be honest with you. And then like, it's funny. I was actually asked this question last night too. Like if I was to give advice to somebody, would it be good advice or bad advice? And she thought I was going to say like, and toot my own horn and be like, no, I always give good advice, but I really don't. It's more or less just truthful rather than being like good or bad.
100%. Okay. I'm kind of the same way. Except I'm the person that everybody comes to for everything.
Yeah, I can definitely tell.
Every day. Like 4 people already today.
Lonnie the moderator.
That's
what she is.
I'm just something.
Got to keep the peace somehow.
You think I keep the peace?
I think you try.
Here's the thing. Justin knows me personally too, and he's seen shit. So it's like, it's funny. But I don't think I keep the peace. I think I'm just the realest bitch you'll ever meet, and people think I'm a bitch.
Amen.
But I'm not. I'm just the realest person.
The realest, baddest bitch ever.
Imagination.
Ready? Period.
Period. Wait, that's actually. Oh my God, Justin.
Period.
Sorry.
Is that Coca-Cola?
No, I ran out of them.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When you put me onto that flavor when we were working out, like that was A1. That was an A1.
They need to send me more. I have to make a video for them before the end of this month, which is literally tomorrow.
Celsius, you know what to do.
Or else I'm gonna get my ambassadorship removed. So I have to make one today.
Celsius, you know what to do.
I need like inspiration. Like I just like don't know what to do. But that's another conversation off camera. All right. So with WeHeartRnB.
Yes.
When did you like? I feel like you just like popped in one day. Not really, but like from what I saw, because I didn't know. Obviously, I had Marcel on like last year when he was just starting his. WeHeartRnB. Is that like I would say it's a business, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, his business. And then I just like saw you starting to like be at every single event, and whatever.
It did really seem like boom right in your face, like coming out of nowhere.
Was it like talks like before he like started it? He was like, I want my boys to be part of this company with me, this business with me. Did he like ask you to come on, or did you guys just have like a conversation? It was like, Epiphany, I'm gonna do this for you, and we're all gonna do this together, and we're gonna like make it blow up.
That's a great question. So, I mean, it kind of did work out that way, more in a sense. So when I first started doing the filming for WeHeartRnB, it was well, he had his first, I think it was his second event actually. Me and George had went to his second event at Secrets. It was my first event ever being there, but we had gone and I had just kind of immersed myself into what it was. Like I loved R&B music in general. Yeah. But Marcel knew that I had a camera that I'd used to kind of film rugby games, things like that. But it was a really nice camera. So within that, he saw like my video skills kind of starting to get a little bit better. Yeah. And what better way to kind of like hire somebody what other better way to hire somebody than to keep it like within your family or like within your friend group. Absolutely. So, he took it. I mean, I thank him and thank God every single day that like he took a chance on me because we like everything has just been going so well and smoothly right now. So like we're coming up on, I want to say our 6th event now.
Is it the 6th?
6th or 7th? Yeah. And like there's been so much like good traction, good type of vibes from people, and like everything has been awesome within just building more of that community. Yeah. So how I first got started. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of just happened. Like
it just fell in place.
Yeah, it literally just fell into place. Like, because me and Marcel have always been brothers for such a long time. So when he asked me, I don't remember the exact thing, but like he just asked me if I wanted to start taking videos for WeHeartRnB, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And like month after month, like each video is just getting better and better and better, and the video skills are just getting that much better too. So, I mean, that's essentially how it went.
Yeah.
So it was definitely pretty cool to get that experience for sure.
What's been your favorite event so far?
I tell him this all the time too. I think our first event at Bamboo nightclub in Norwalk was like awesome.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go to that one, but it looked sick.
It was like
It's a cool venue too.
The venue was ginormous. That's why I was so surprised. And like the stage setup was just like you're on the stage, everybody's like right there just looking at you. So that's why I liked it so much. But he'll die by this, saying our first event at Tequila Escape was the best one. And
that was Halloween, right? Or was it not?
Was it Halloween? I think it was. Yeah,
I think it was Halloween.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. Actually, I don't remember.
I don't know. It was.
I would have to look it up.
Okay.
But that first event at Tequila Escape was definitely a lively one for sure.
Yeah, I've never been there.
It's fun.
I've never.
That's why you got to come. You got to come
I'm
when
not a Stanford girl.
Really? Well, you don't have to be a Stanford girl or a New Haven girl or anything.
I just meant like I just.
You just got to be a WeHeartRnB kind of girl.
Well, yeah, I support you guys.
You went to the Bridgeport one. What's so bad about Bridgeport?
Nah, no, that event was fun. It was just the drinks were $21 for something this.
Ooh.
Did you not know that? Well, not that you. Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
pay for drinks.
Yeah, I get it. I obviously did. But the hookah was good though. I was doing the hookah, whatever. Funny story. DJ Case, who you guys work with.
Yeah.
I met him like 3 years ago. Can I tell you the story about how I met him? Because do you like know him like personally?
I don't know him like that, but
have you like talked to him or like met him before?
Yeah.
Dude, he's such a cool dude. And Erica, I used to be friends with her. She lived in Boston. She lives in Boston now, but when she first moved there, I'd go there all the time. And her and I went to this Asian sushi place in Boston called Lola Fireplace. DJ Case was DJing there.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And somehow we ended up in his car going to Mariel nightclub, which is an underground nightclub, which is sick, by the way, in Boston.
It's like a speakeasy or something?
Nah, it's just an underground club.
Oh, that sounds nuts.
It was sick. And he like brought us there. He got us in there for free and all this shit and got us all free drinks all night. And it was just like so random, like just a random DJ at this random sushi place. And it was DJ Case. And like ever since then, like I haven't like stayed like connected with him, but like we're on social media and whatever. But when I saw that Marcel and him were working together, I'm like, there's no way. Like that is such a small ass world.
It's just like sometimes he'll hire DJs to kind of set him up because like Marcel's like the main event to WeHeartRnB. So like we need the DJs in the beginning to kind of get the vibe going.
Exactly.
Have them show how good they can work
a
set as well, playing their R&B music. So that's why DJ Case was on there.
Yeah, sick. You, I'll never forget this because when I saw that you and Marcel were at Shrine in Foxwoods, first of all, I can't go there, but whatever. I'm banned from Foxwoods. Please unban me. It's been fucking 5 years.
Foxwoods, me and you have some beef, by the way. You guys charged me like $600 for a one night room.
One night stand?
No, for a one night room, and I'm still a little upset about that. Thank you.
At Fox Tower?
Yeah.
That's pretty basic for a room price.
No, like the thing is, we had a little bit of like a discount, hookup discount, and like we were only supposed to pay $250 or $250 for the entire room.
Yep.
For some reason, I got charged. I put the $100 deposit for the security, and then they just want to go ahead and charge me $280 for the fucking room, and I was just like, oh, like, okay, guys, sure. And so, I never got that money back anyways, but
you're lying.
Yeah, I tried disputing everything, but they're just like, nope, you're, it seems like everything's signing up.
Correct.
I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah, so Fox is me. You guys have some beef, like not low key, but high key.
All right, yeah, high key. Me too.
Like it's on site. No, let me stop.
No, it's not. Come on now. Yeah, but your event at Shrine or his event at Shrine it wasn't an WeHeartRnB event, but he was headlining. Was he headlining?
Yeah, so he was the start off
for Donnie.
Our guy DJ Crib.
Right.
He was the
headliner.
He was the headliner for for that event that we went to.
Yeah.
And Marcel was opening up for him. But every
So
time
sick.
when we go to Shrine and stuff, it's always like a good time. But I know Marcel was telling me he's trying to get WeHeartRnB to Shrine, but we'll see if that ends up working out. If it does, that's pretty sick.
I need to get on band for that one. So many. I've been to Foxwoods so many times since I've been banned. Oh wait, you were there that one time I got caught.
I was. Their security's insane. Like, they were just like, yo, facial rec. Oh, that's her. That's her. Go get her.
I knew the minute I got into the elevator to go up, I was gonna get caught. Like, I just had that intuitional feeling.
That camera's just right there, just staring right at you.
Dude, but I've been there so many times before getting caught, like, for years. And then all of a sudden, like, maybe they just, whatever. Anyway, it's fine. I didn't get arrested, so it's fine. The second time, either. It's happened twice.
She's on the list.
I just think I'm invincible, dude. It's fucking stupid, but it's fine. I'm just a girl in the world. That's all I want to be.
Just said I'm such a girl. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a pretty girl.
Oh my gosh, the amount of times I hear that daily is insane.
Yeah, but I'm actually just joking.
No, I know.
I'm not. I don't know. I'll get back to me on that one. That's fucking sick, though. I hope he does that.
I do too. That would be really cool.
Y'all got the hook up. That should be popping. So for people that want to, actually, I wanted to ask this before.
Yes.
I need advice to get my Sassy and Classy page more, like, the traction I get, but I need more. I need, like, more followers per se. And, like, it's been almost a year. Well, it'll be a year this year in June. And I have like 190 followers, whatever. People say don't even worry about the followers. Worry about, like, the eyes on your profile, right? But, like, I need advice because I don't have a team. It's just me.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I like that.
It's hard.
It is.
I need a team. I'm, like, team oriented. At the end of the day, I really am, like, to be honest. But I've been doing this all myself for a couple months now. And I'm like, I don't know what different to do. Like, do I need to be posting, like, every single day or every other day? Or, like, what should I be doing? Because, like, when I had a co-host, we were posting, like, clips every other day. And, like, we would cut up different, like, parts of the episode.
Right.
Per se, like, different questions asked, different answers answered. And then that'd be one clip. And then and then post those every other day. Like, 35 to 45 second clips, which I hear it needs to be over a minute. Unless that's TikTok.
Yeah, no, not necessarily. I mean, it just kind of depends, like, what message you're trying to get across. But I would say a lot of the times is just promoting.
Yeah.
Like, early promoting before you're about to do, like, a podcast or like before you're about to do any type of event that's going to include Sassy and Classy, like, just promote it.
Yeah.
And then what also hooks in a lot of people is just making, like, when you're going to do, like, those small reels and stuff, just do, like, the relatable stuff.
Right.
Stuff that people really can relate to at that time. So that's what's really going to get a lot of traction. And then obviously towards the end ball of stuff, it's just making the editing look, like, insanely good.
Right.
So, I mean, for the time being, when we were running Rise and Thrive, a lot of times, like, we wouldn't get any type of traction.
Oh, right.
at all.
Yeah.
And the things, we didn't really care about the traction as much. We more or less just wanted to get out good messages that people could relate to, and then essentially just, you know, there would be like a whole spiral effect if somebody would relate to it, send it to the next person. But you know, just push came to shove, me and my guys, we just didn't end up keeping it going just because we all just went out different routes and stuff. So
Rise and Thrive, explain what that was to you guys.
So Rise and Thrive was like a really good it was a podcast that me, my guy Denzel, and Miguel started because we wanted to empower, like, the younger generation of men to really just hold themselves accountable, be disciplined for the things that they would say they would do, and then thus building that discipline into lifelong habits that would help them down the line, help them down the I can't talk right now for some reason.
Help them down
Help
the
them
long term
of life.
Whatever we just said.
For future references, like whatever the case may be, just helping them be more disciplined to make better choices. Lifelong, or down the terms of their life. And you know, a lot of those situations, or a lot of the episodes we would do, we would cover, you know, our week of what we did during, or like, so we would run the podcast every Saturday or Sunday, and then we would basically talk about like how we were during that entire week, like what types of hardships we would encounter, what types of moments of weakness we would encounter, if there were any type of like empowering moments that we would have that would just create like little epiphanies that would help us like explain a little bit more towards it. And this really helping us like challenge ourselves to always speaking about something new within our life. So,
and reflect on it.
Exactly. A lot of those reflections would turn into how we would apply, you know, this accountability and discipline into our lives after the fact of like what had happened.
Right.
And like we weren't perfect whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
So like there would be times where we would talk about us having these moments of weakness, us having like failing at, you know, trying to keep our mentality going, like the discipline or the accountability. Yeah. But the biggest thing is what we would always the biggest thing we would always key on is how would you respond to it? You know, if you failed or something, would you let it just overtake you, or would you respond back in a way that you would get back on track, you know?
Yep.
Because like that's how you kind of measure your success in a lot of ways. 100%. You know, like you're always going to fail. It
was like a journal, just verbal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like that's we would treat these podcasts, like we wouldn't really act like there was a camera there or anything like that. We would just start the camera, do the whole introduction, just start shooting
Talking like the boys.
Literally just start shooting shit, like regardless. But it was always just like a really calming aspect to us, because at first there were times where we were like, oh, like, do we really have to show up and do this? Like, why can't we just push it off for the next week or something like that? But every single time we got there and we started talking, like it was just like a whole vent session. Like we just let everything out.
I love that.
So that's what it started off really good. But then once like Miguel started picking up on new stuff, and then I started picking up on new things. Right. And then Denzel was still on his like the accountability journey. Right. It's like our lives all kind of just panned out into different angles. So, you know,
different like focuses maybe.
Exactly. You know, because the thing is, we all had very good habits that helped us get to the point where we are right now in our lives. But it was more essentially just like what we all had, just like different career paths. Right. And that's what I mean. And it just made sense to not kind of keep the podcast going, just because it wasn't something that we were fully committed to at the end of the day. Right. So, you know, as tough as that is to say.
No, it's like, really good to say. It's honest.
It's good because, you know, you make the right kind of pivots for yourself to set yourself up for what you want to do. But it's always just like, it's sad to see like the good friendships or like the bonds that we created just kind of wither away a little bit.
You think they're withering away a little bit?
Not at all. Like, I know if I was to see Miguel and Denzel, like the friendship is still there. Yeah. But Rise and Thrive itself is just, it's kind of not there anymore.
I mean, hey, a lot of businesses fail for those reasons. So speaking on that, what was something that you went through this past week that you overcame?
Oh boy. All right.
I'll answer it too. I have, and it'll make sense why I said I'm not in a good mood.
Gosh, so I don't know if I should drop this just yet.
Don't.
We won't keep it on this one, but I'll bring up another side.
Yeah, bring up another thing.
I've definitely been dealing with a little bit of like mental blockage lately with studying. So there are times where I literally can't seem to keep my head on straight, so I'll literally just hop on like the game. I play video games, by the way. Yep. And I'll just start playing Fortnite, and I'm just like for hours on end, and then I get off. Well, no, I'll play for like an hour or two, and then I'll get off, and I'm just like, all right, let's get to work, let's do this. I'll hop on my laptop, and then I just literally will just sit there, just blank mind the entire time. Like these moments have been getting to me so much because I know that I need to like hone in and like making sure that I stay on the EMT track and like making sure that I pass this test when I schedule it. But it's just, I've been having like these real moments of weakness where I just haven't been able to keep focus and stuff like that. So I've been trying to actually, get a lot of my mind stimulating things out of the way first thing in the morning, like working out and eating food. And then once I'm kind of like calmed down from there, boom, discipline. Like, let me just lock in for like a couple hours and get it done. Yeah. So I've been just having a really hard time just trying to focus on that. And it has been taking a toll on me a little bit. Yeah. Will not lie.
I feel that. With my work, I'm like, shit.
How about you, though? What's been going on with you, girl?
A lot's been going on with me, but I don't know. I've been having like freaking my new car. I've been having issues with it. Oh gosh. And like I'm just like the last person to like not have a car on deck. Like I'm the first person that's like, I'll drive because I want to get out when I want to get out.
I'm literally the same way.
I can't, and and my car's in the shop right now, and like the last 2 days I slept probably the last 2 days straight. Like not straight, but like I tried to get up to work yesterday. My boss was just like, just take the day off. You sound like you're not like Alanna today. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take the day off, but like I technically like did without saying I did because I didn't really do much work, so whatever. But I don't know. I've just been like in like a mental like rut the past 2 days, to be honest. But like today I'm getting out of it and you're here, so I'm happy.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess like the sleeping thing's been like crazy. Like I slept the last 2 days like straight almost. Like I got up yesterday at like 7:30, got on my bed at noon, tried to take a nap, woke up at like 7:30 p.m.
Oh.
Oh. And then was up for like 30 minutes scrolling and then went back to bed until 8 a.m. this morning.
TikTok?
Yeah, like Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking doom scrolling. I don't care. That's also something that I've been dealing with. I'm like addicted to my phone, I think.
I mean,
yeah.
In this day and age, I think everybody is.
It's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Can I actually key on something too?
Please key on something.
No, because the way you kind of worded something kind of made me remind myself a little bit. Like I feel like everything that I've been putting myself through with the personal training, videography, and then also the firefighting, I feel like I've been
burning out,
but like jumbling way too many things at once. Like I feel like I have a schedule set for myself for specific things to get it done, but I think where it's coming down to is like my mind is just getting so burnt out because I feel like I'm jumbling too many things at once.
100%.
So I've been thinking, I was like, dang, do I just like cut something off and then start focusing on one thing else? But like I don't know what that
which one to do. That's good because I mean that's not good that you feel like you're burning out, but it's very, very, very common, obviously, to me especially as well. But I mean, I feel like figuring out the right one, everyone says to always focus on one thing at a time, right? But when you have this entrepreneurial mindset, kind of sort of like I feel like I do, and I see that you do too, in a way, you're just like, I want to do them all at once. I would feel like shit if I started pulling back from one. Like I want to do them all at the same time and blah, blah, blah. What like essentially made you want to do like the EMT thing, I guess? Did I already ask you this?
No. So this, I haven't really told a lot of people this story, but I'm glad to drop it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So there was a huge dead period I had working at KMK where there was like a whole month where I would train like 10, 12 people in like 2 weeks. And so like that's like nothing.
Right.
That's literally working like 12 hours in 2 weeks. Like it's trash. So I was saying to myself, I was like, this is not like what I'm meant to do. Like this is not me. Like I'm a very hardworking guy. I'm very goal oriented, like, and like just being at home and like kind of working, like studying a lot, but then also just like working on videos, but like essentially not having that driven path for myself because I love being a coach. Like that was like my first official like real job to have.
Right.
So that was something that I take a lot of pride in being. It's just like a very good coach for people, personal trainer, whatever the case may be. And when I wasn't kind of able to do that for a whole month, it made me question just like a lot of things about my life. Like, what am I doing? Is this really what I want out of life? Like, is this really what I want to do? So I took that fuel and like uncertainty. And I was just like, you know what? It's always been in my spectrum to help people out, make people healthier, or whatever the case may be. Why don't I take that into a more professional aspect of actually becoming a firefighter? And I did not have that idea until, you know, I was working one day with my mom at her job, and she was really just like, Justin, like, why don't you just try to become a firefighter or something in law enforcement? Like, they give you benefits,
right.
you have a set schedule, and it's a great salary at the same time too. And I was just like, you know what? I've never shied away from being part of law enforcement. Like, I've always loved the fact that, like, I've known cops and I've known firefighters and Coast Guard people all the time. So it's like, why not, you know? And I've always heard the good things about being being in law enforcement. So I just wanted to take that next step, and I was like, I think that's a great idea for me. But it really all stemmed off from like that 1 month of just being so stagnant. Like, that's not something that I like to do at all. Like, I always like to make sure that I'm doing something with my body or doing something with my life, so it makes it feel like I'm propelling myself into a new spot, like, every time.
Why firefighter, not a cop?
I mean, I've always just seen like the cop work, and like I don't necessarily like it as much because it was more or less like the stigma that surrounded cops.
Yes.
I didn't really like as much, and like, not to say I didn't want that for myself, but
you don't see yourself in it.
Exactly. I couldn't really see myself like being a cop.
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely see myself like jumping into a fire and try to save somebody's life. That's for something for sure. But I just couldn't really see that like cop portion of myself, really.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I mean, actually, I'm not going to say what I'm about to say. So now with KMK, do you think it's picking up more?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just when it comes to like the warmer months in the summer months or springtime, like a lot of kids just want to start getting their workouts in. A lot of people, like adults as well, would just want to start coming in the morning times too.
Right.
So I definitely think it's starting to pick up a lot more.
Yeah. So now you're like, fuck.
Yeah, because like everything's starting to pick up now, and now like I'm starting to make good money again, and then it's just, but this is the thing, like I want to have like something structured that way.
Yes.
So that's what I know, being a firefighter, I'll have that structure
100%,
and then I could still train on the side for
100%.
Even when it does get slow, still good to go, you know?
Yeah. I mean, all right. I feel the burnout thing though, trust me. Are you like, have you ever been to like a therapist at all? Here we go. Let's get into mental health.
Oh my god.
Have you ever been to a therapist?
I have been to a therapist, but this is not recently. Not any time as of recent, but when I was actually a sophomore in high school, I had seen a therapist because I was smoking weed like every fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
And like, this was a huge thing for me that I wanted to like stop doing it. But for some reason, like I just couldn't. Like, it was more of like the social aspect it brought upon me. Like, my friends would do it, everybody around me was doing it. Every time I get picked up by one of my friends, we're doing it. So it's like,
you're surrounded by it always.
I was literally always surrounded by it. So it was more or less like I struggled with the fear of people knowing that I smoked weed, because I didn't want people to think like, oh, Justin's a stoner, Justin's this, Justin's that. But it was at the, like, once I kind of got out of that period of like, I don't really care what people think of me. Like, I stopped smoking. Like, and that's where like the craziest part came. Yeah, that's what the craziest part came about. Like, once I stopped caring about what other people thought, I was like, I'm just gonna stop doing it in general. Like, I don't know what had come over me, but it was more or less just like, I just don't do it anymore. Like, right now, I'll have like these little little feelings that I want to go back
impulses.
to it. Yeah, impulses. There we go. Impulses that I want to go back to it. Not to say that I haven't done it in a while. Like, I want to say probably like a week and a half ago, I had smoked a little weed too, but it's like, I don't do it as much. Like, back in the day,
it was every day.
Every single day for like hours and hours and hours. Because the thing is, like, when you're in high school, you have no responsibilities.
Literally none.
None.
Besides homework, and that's it.
Going to school.
Literally.
Like, I mean, when I played,
or sports.
Yeah, exactly. When I had sports, like, I had practices and stuff, but that's literally it. Like, after the games, whatever the case may be, like, I'm not saying I was blowing down blunts of weed or anything like after games, but like it was like the days we wouldn't have practice or something like that. Like, I feel like definitely me smoking weed like took a huge toll on my actual like athletic career. But like, I didn't think it was
doing that.
hindering that. Exactly.
Yeah, but it was looking back on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I knew if I probably hadn't smoked weed right now, like I'd probably still be playing some sort of sport right now.
Yeah. No. I feel that. You played football and basketball, right?
Well, I played football, not basketball. I actually did not like basketball that much because my dad forced it upon me like when I was at a young age.
Oh yeah, story of my life.
Yeah, so like usually when you're forced to do something, you're not
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So I was the first one in my family to start playing football, and then I played rugby too. So.
Rugby, right? Oh shit! I don't know if I knew that, but it makes sense. Makes total sense.
That's how I got to meet actually most of my friends throughout my lifetime. Is just like playing rugby, just because it was a different type of aspect in terms of camaraderie. Like you really were like building brotherhoods with these guys because you're constantly always on the field with them, training with them, stuff like that. When I was playing football, it was like, yeah, you had your teammates and stuff, but everything was just so like clique based still. Yeah. Like you had your teammates, but like your best friend and who's your teammate is probably in another clique somewhere else. Right. And like you don't really get to see them that often.
Or talk, yep.
So the only times you guys would actually interact is within practice or on the football field. Like there wouldn't really be that off the field
brotherhood.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got you on that.
So you couldn't really build like good relationships, but like every single time, like my best friends played rugby with me, so I'd hang out with them outside of practice, right? And then also see them in practice and in games and stuff, and there was always just like that good connection was between us. So
I feel like that's what makes a team even better.
That's why literally the first year I played rugby was junior year of high school. Had no idea how to play.
Did you play for Ward?
Yeah. Well, it was like we were like a conjoined team. So it was between Ward, Ludlow, and then we had Eric, who was from Monroe. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So it was like a club team, but like you could just sign up to join.
So did the therapist help you at all? No. Okay.
No, because the whole thing about that was like I was more or less like I would always lie to my therapist that I was doing better about like not smoking weed, even though I was still doing it. And then one time came around where he was just like, Justin, like, let's do a drug test, like just to see how well you've been doing. And then that's where I just literally started like, that's where I flipped out. Like I was just like, look, like I don't need to take a drug test. I've been doing so well. It's just a huge telltale sign that I haven't been doing well.
You think you lied to him because you were like guilty of doing it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's where you know that's where like a lot of things stem from. When people like feel guilty,
they lie.
And, or not. I shouldn't say like they lie all the time, but like they'll just because. How do I put this?
They'll like sugarcoat things.
They'll sugarcoat things, or like they'll like sprinkle around the truth a little bit.
Yeah, like white lies.
Exactly. So they don't like ultimately get to the point where they need to be truthful with themselves. So that's where I definitely felt like I was at fault a lot, especially with that therapist, because I think if I was just honest and truthful the way that I usually am right now, it's like I have nothing to hide at this point. Like there's literally nothing that I would want to hide from anybody.
Right.
My life's awesome. An open book.
Facts. The open book of Justin Collier.
Oh my
So what's going on? Are you dating?
Am I dating right now? I never thought I'd be in a relationship again. Like I won't even lie. After my last one.
Really?
After my last one, like I thought like
that was the one.
Yeah. And I literally thought like it was just gonna be. Well, once it ended, I was like, damn, like, am I just numb to the feeling again? Like I don't understand it. But I definitely learned a lot, and it taught me a lot too of like who I was as a person, and it just definitely showed me like I shouldn't be falling out just because of this one thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a little bit of an eye opener.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you want to wrap it up? You don't want to? I'm
already.
So down.
Wait. We've been here for an hour.
Yeah.
Guys.
You want to keep going, or you want to wrap it?
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. I do not know when to stop talking.
All right, you take it over. Let me pee.
All right, guys, listen. I'm going to let you in on some real stuff right now. Like, subscribe to this page, Sassy and Classy Podcast. She's probably not going to like me doing this, but I'm dropping my ats. Justin Collier with 2 R's, Just Fit CT, and Just Vision CT. Find me on Instagram. We're lit out here. We're doing great things. We're empowering the younger generation, and we are just trying to be better every single day. This has honestly been really fun, though. I know she's not here, but I'm having a great time just kind of talking to myself right now. Sassy and Classy with JC. I low-key just told them we're wrapping up right now.
Okay.
I hope you don't mind. What does that mean?
Like ask each other like rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Like just random.
Okay.
Some random rapid fire questions.
Guys, it's not over yet.
Sorry, it's not just yet. In about like 5-7 minutes. All right.
Okay.
Random rapid fire questions. Hold on one second.
And they could be any kind of question.
Any kind of question.
Oh gosh, here we go. Let me get ready for this.
All right, let me just think about something actually. Now that I think about it. Dude.
Guys, by the way, my mom's getting married next year.
Literally insane. I hope I'm invited.
You are.
Am I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
She has a list?
Well, she doesn't have a list, but she wanted us to invite like all of our closest friends. So that's obviously means you.
OMG. I like still need to see her since when she got engaged. And I wanted to send flowers, so I should still do that. I love her.
I love her too.
I freaking love her.
That is my mom.
That is your mom. Really? All right, rapid fire question. I don't even know. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oof. Who are my options?
I don't know. I gotta think. Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney. I was gonna do personal, but that'd be so stupid.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Megan Fox, Sydney Sweeney, Sabrina Carpenter. Oof.
Who's all right? You're gonna hate me. Who is Sabrina Carpenter?
She sings da-da-na-na,
All right, I'm gonna have to kill her because I don't know her.
Okay, let's switch it then. Madison Beer.
Madison Beer. Who is that?
Fuck, you don't know her either?
Guys, I'm sorry.
They're both beautiful humans. Okay.
I don't know celebrities. That's like my worst thing about.
Do you know Megan Fox? Obviously. Do you know Sydney Sweeney?
Yes. Madison.
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner. Oh gosh, that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna fuck Sydney Sweeney.
Really?
Yes.
I already know.
I'm gonna kill Kendall.
Yeah. Obviously.
Not you, Kendall Brown. I love you.
We love you. I love her.
And then who was the third one again?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. I'm marrying. Actually,
sure.
no. I'm gonna switch Megan Fox and Sydney Sweeney.
Really?
Yeah, because
Sydney Sweeney is more your type.
Sydney Sweeney is just like she seems more of a well-rounded individual rather than Megan Fox.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I've seen recent photos of Megan Fox and who's she dating? MGK?
I think they're still dating. I don't know.
Something like that. But yeah, I've just seen some crazy shit about her and like dressing her kids up as her boys up as girls.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
You don't ride that way.
I don't ride that way at all. Yeah. It's more or less like it's not that I don't agree with it, but it's like I don't want you to shove something down my throat that I don't believe in, you know?
Facts.
I think everybody's beautiful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think everyone's beautiful, but that's just something I feel like is a little bit forced, and I have no say on her kids, no say, and how she wants to treat them, but I just don't agree with it.
Facts. There you go. What else? All right, fuck, marry, kill again, but not people.
Not people.
So hear me out. Fuck, marry, kill. Weight training, hit workout, running. See, that's a better question.
Last year, I was doing a whole bunch of running that I generally enjoyed, and I'm getting back into. But I'm sorry, fuck running. Fuck running. Like,
but it means fuck them, not like you're just like kill. So kill running.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
No, but actually fuck running. Oh my god, that's so good. So yeah, fuck running.
Oh my god.
No, I mean
I'm crying right now.
I'm crying.
All right. So yes, kill running. I'll marry weight training.
Yeah.
And then I'll
fuck hit
hit training. I
So,
could
like-
fuck up some hit training for sure. Like that's my favorite shit to do. I
Is
love
it
that.
actually?
Yeah, because like the thing
love it.
I love weight training so much. Like especially when I work out now, I do like a whole type of like hybrid style of training. Not like I'll run and then I'll do weight training, but then I'll also add in like a lot of endurance into there too to make sure that I'm always keeping my heart rate pumping and stuff like that.
Yeah, that fucking workout you put me through that one day. Excuse you.
I just burped.
It's okay. I probably burped 3 times already today, but I hit it very well. I'm just a girl in the world.
That's 2 times now.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
I keep track.
I'm in a silly, goofy mood today.
Hey, I'm fine with it.
You brought me out of the depression. Thank you very much for that.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Lord. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. The workout you put me through, I don't know why, but I literally was dying.
Endurance, baby.
I just couldn't walk.
I know you're a power lifter, but
Yeah. I couldn't walk.
when you do that endurance training, it's a different world, baby.
That shit was crazy. And I'm an asthmatic. So, like, I was like,
Oh, God.
yeah, I'm an asthmatic, like sports-induced asthmatic. So it's like, holy fuck, that, like, I loved it. Thank you for that. But, like, that shit was hard. And I was like, am I doing things right? Like, after it, because I was like, I can't not walk after my leg workouts, but I do push myself. Anyway, whatever.
Hey, next time you want to get worked out, I got you.
Soon.
Oh, my gosh, I'm hungry.
I know, me too. We can wrap up.
All right.
All right. Do you have anything else to say to the sassy and classy audience?
You guys are great, and I had a lot of fun being on here today, honestly. I was coming into this, and I was just like, wow, I'm very excited, because this has been a long time coming.
Woohoo!
A long time coming, for sure.
It's been a long-ass time coming. All right. Well, Justin, thank you so much for coming on.
Lonnie, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for watching and listening to episode 21 of the Sassy and Classy podcast. Yeah, love you guys. See you next week or the week after. Love ya.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.